Hello everybody and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Last video we got the Clawshot and now we're going to continue on through the Lakebed Temple. We're going to be able to do some backtracking and we're also going to be able to make some progress. We can pretty much finish up this entire dungeon with the Clawshot, so we're getting really close to the end. I will tell you guys right now that episode 36, 37, and 38 are all going to be post-commentary. I recorded this what was probably weeks ago, so you'll have to forgive me if my post commentary stinks. I went to go edit this and then it did not turn out the way that it should, so I'm having to post commentate, which is kind of a bummer, but that's alright. What we're doing now is we're going to try and go back to the main room with all of these stairs. You can also use the Clawshot on things like ivy to get up somewhere you can't reach. For example, on the ceiling, you can see there's ivy on the ceiling. You can hang off the ceiling and climb. You can use it to climb faster because Link climbs at a god-awfully slow speed. And things like that. So, we're going to completely skip this guy. And go right back to the main room. You guys might have not noticed, but there were a few switches that didn't have handles in this room. And if we use the Clawshot on them, we'll be able to change the stairs' direction and move on. We've also only got, I do believe, one more water level to rise up to get to the boss door, so we are almost done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and try to look for that one switch that we have to use the Clawshot on. If you don't want to screw around with the stairs, what you can do is just use the ivy to get around as well. If you feel like changing the stairs' direction is just way too confusing for you. So I'm going to aimlessly search for it for a moment or two. There's also a treasure chest that is up on the, I do believe that's a chandelier, which is a little out of place in this temple in my opinion, but I'm not going to say anything about it. There's 2 heart pieces in every temple, and this would be the first one. We haven't actually ran into another heart piece yet, so we still have one more to keep a lookout for. But you can only get this one after you get the Clawshot, so get that heart piece, and then we need to still find that little icon. And then another thing with the Zora armor is if you try to jump when you're wearing it, Link will dive like he's gonna go in water, which is kind of silly. That would really hurt, just doing a big face plant right into the cement like that. Killing all these Tektites because I don't want them to troll me again. And you can see here is what I mean. You can go ahead, Clawshot onto that, and then you can change the stairs. And that will allow us to move on to a new part of the dungeon, I do believe. So, we'll get that water flowing all the way down this way. And what's cool about the water is that it will move this water wheel, which is the only way you can get through to this area, which is kind of neat. It's kind of a neat mechanic and also really suits the whole dungeon's theme, and I really quite like it. Moves slowly, but it looks pretty cool. So, anyways. Moving on forth, you can see now we're in totally unexplored areas, so you can see more of the cog-like areas. I also haven't showed off the map to you guys. You can see this place has about 6 floors, and there really isn't that many floors we haven't explored. Just this sector we're in, a few tiny rooms we have to visit, and the boss room. So we are almost done, which is pretty exciting. So, of course, these aren't moving, so we need to try and get through this area. There's going to be keys here, being a nuisance, as keys often do. And since you can't spin around and grab a lot of those Clawshot targets that are on the top of those little cogs, you're going to have to use the ivy and kind of go the long way around this room at first, which is alright. Making sure there's no more keys around. You can see there's ivy on the wall here. Grapple onto that. And then Link's gonna shimmy around. I mean, who conveniently placed all this ivy here? It sure makes Link's job a whole hell of a lot easier. The Clawshot also has a considerable amount of reach compared to the hookshot when I think about it. I mean, it reaches pretty damn far. So anyways, if you want to, and this is optional, you can go ahead, grapple over here, and there's a little chest. Still haven't gotten our compass, but we might as well go ahead and start marking off all these little chests as we find them, so we don't have to worry about them later. Alright, so to get back down, gonna have to, we're trying to get over to the balcony over there. So if we climb up a higher level, we'll be able to pretty much just hop right off onto the other side. And you can see it's just like the setup of the other room where there's actually some doors right on the very top. So similar sort of layout, but this room actually has a bottomless pit, so you gotta be really careful not to fall down or else you are ultimately screwed. Alright, so now we came onto the balcony. And we have more new stuff. You can see, can't move that water wheel because there's no water. But we can get rid of this guy. They're a lot easier to take out with your Clawshot. I still don't know what those things are. Bugs. Like they remind me of bugs. I don't know. And of course those water jets can only mean that there are stalactites on the roof. Because Link can't hop on them on his own, so go ahead and hop over. I think there's like a gate right there you can't hop over, so you have to cleverly use this little area here, which is actually kind of neat. It's like a little cove that they've put in. Get rid of these Tektites just because I have a grudge against Tektites. How dare you troll me at the start of the video, or at the start of the temple. Then we can come up here, and behind this door we're going to get into another one of the little water mechanics. You can see the little streamway on the floor, I guess is what you call it, where all the water's gonna go through. And it will eventually lead back to that main room. Alright, take care of those guys. And this room can't fool you, the door is closed. However, there is ivy on the ceiling. So you want to grapple onto that. I like how Link climbs, or I guess swings, when he's on ivy on the ceiling. I think it looks pretty cool. Anyways, go ahead and slowly climb up. And of course this is again another very similar type of thing. We're going to get the long spiral staircase thingy. This time they've got these enemies instead of Tektites, so you can take care of these guys if you want. And you also can't grapple onto areas that have things on them. I stopped because that one had a candle on it. That one doesn't have anything on it, but I do believe if it's got like a candle or you know, it's being used by something else, that you can't grapple onto it, which would only make sense. Not that you really need to anyways. It's not like you need to grapple to that or anything, but yeah, I couldn't use that one. Anywho, going to slowly walk up. You of course have to use your Clawshot here because parts of the staircase are missing. But other than that, it's pretty much the same old thing. I do believe this is the last of the waterways that we have to do, and then we'll be able to actually get to that boss room. And we should only be in here for one more video after that. So, again, just like the other area, there's a small chest with bombs in them. I don't know why they put bombs, because usually they put water bombs. Maybe it's because they know you're using your bomb arrows or something, I'm not too sure. Last time we couldn't get through the little waterway because we didn't have the Clawshot, but now we can. There's a big chest in the other room with 50 rupees. I do believe I decided to not go back and get it just for time restraints when I was recording the video. But I decided to get this one because it wasn't really out of the way, and it's also the compass, so I wanted to grab that to see what chests I was missing, because there are actually a lot of chests in this dungeon. Alright, so we have that, so we pretty much have all of our large treasures for this dungeon, with the exception of our last heart piece. And we've just gone ahead, and we're gonna go down the slide again! Except this one has holes, so it's a bit of a shorter ride. Whee! And drop. Oh yeah, there's another level, I completely forgot all about that. There we go. Bit of a shorter ride. So we got all the water flowing through this place. And there we go. Alright, almost done in this video, guys. Hang on tight. Now that we've done that, there's only a few more things we've got to grab. So let's go on ahead and go through this door, which is basically going to lead us back to where we were before, on the other side of that water wheel. And I see a chest in that water, so I think I will try and grab it while I'm here. It's not out of the way completely. I'm not too sure what's in it anyway, so I might as well grab it. It's a big treasure chest, so that means it could be essentially promising. And it's only 20 rupees. I hate when games do that. I think we picked up 20 rupees earlier in this video, and it was in a little tiny chest, so Zelda's pulling out all the stops on us. Alright, so let's go through this door here, and this is going to lead us back to the room with the cogs, except now they're moving, obviously, because we've activated the water. So that will create a way to get back to the way we came. Now this makes it a little bit complicated, because first of all, it is a bottomless pit, so you have to be really careful where you jump off. There is a certain spot where you can actually jump and land safely down below, and you won't completely fall off the edge. I do believe it's over this way on the other side. So over on the right hand side of this area, you can see if you jump, you'll be able to land right over there. And now what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to ride the little platforms here and Clawshot the targets on the top of the other cog as it spins around in order to propel Link around the room. So you can see I go from cog to cog, and then what I have to do is very, very slowly wait until it spins around, bringing me to the other side. So they pretty much just made it more difficult for you. This pretty much serves no other purpose other than to annoy you at this point. Just kind of a bummer, you know. The other room, it was actually very, very useful, but in this room, it's not so much. It's just meant to test you in your Clawshot skills, mostly. I guess it does get you over to this room, though, which is actually really important, because that means we are almost done. So I got lost in this room, and so I decided to end it off here. We're going to go into the water and pretty much finish up this temple in the next video. So that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.